Okay. Let's go find myself. Mute. Hello, Trump said. Trump said, Trump said, Trump said, what? Trump said drink bleach. Or was it disinfectant? And some actually did. How's it going, mate? Just let me dot me T's and cross me I's. I actually woke up at 2 o'clock this morning and I thought, oh, screw this shit. I sat on computer for a few hours and then I got so damn cold because it's the start of our winter here that I got back up, went back into bed, mate. And I only just got up and I thought, what do I do now? Because it's still overcast and it looks like it's going to rain all over again. So I figured, what the hell? Damn, is there that much of a delay? Fuck. I only just saw that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's got to be late where everybody else is. Well, no, actually, my morning, their night. No, it is late, isn't it? What time are you at? It's 10 a.m. here at the moment. Hey, Sasquatch. Don't get me started on that, Sasquatch. Let's not get started on that. 9:45, yeah. 8 p.m. I kind of figure it's always like give or take from my exact time. So if I take 9:50 a.m., convert it to 9:50 p.m., and then people are usually give or take 2 hours either side of that. So yeah, I know it's late, but hey, I was freezing. I had to go back to bed, and I was tired, and I was bored, and all that other stuff. Have you guys watched the video about the groups, different groups in Texas that have been standing in front of shops that wanted to open? The one where the cops came, 30 cops came, there was guys there with guns and whatever, and 30 cops came and they pretty much handed over their weapons. Yeah, because ever since I kind of saw that video, I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. It's beyond, you know, before I woke up to everything, I can understand how people could be fooled, okay? I was one of those. But when you start looking at stuff and you start seeing stuff, it's almost instinctual to go and investigate more. You know what I mean? Which brings you to the point where you want to wake up. You want to wake up more and more and more. But what I'm watching lately, it's like, doesn't matter how much info you put in front of people, they just don't want to see it. They just don't want to see it. It's I don't even know what the fuck it is. Did you see the governor and AG demanding the release of the salon lady who got 7 days? Hang on a minute. I watched those guys out the front of, not unless that was that was a barber shop. That was a barber shop that I was watching where they opened up the barber shop and the guys all had a haircut and whatever. And 2 cop cars came and they pretty much said they don't have a problem with them. You know, they support what they're doing. They turned around and left. I don't know about that salon lady. The thing is, Trump said it's not even that there's documents to prove it. It's visible. It's clearly visible, you know? Clearly friggin' visible. Sorry, I forgot about that Squatch. I have my oops moments. Hey, mate.
Yeah, that lady that got sentenced to 7 days and $7,000 fine is because the judge got his feelers hurt when he told her in court that she needs to apologize for being selfish because she's trying to feed her family.
Wow.
She told the judge that. She says, I don't think I'm being selfish. I'm just trying to feed my family. And
Wow.
this freaking judge still put her in jail for it because he says you have to apologize. I mean,
But apologize to whom? I mean, even put it this way, even if she was selfish, who
to
the fuck
him.
does she have to apologize to? To him?
Oh yeah, because
Oh my God.
he got his feelers hurt because she wouldn't bow down to the establishment.
Yeah, they do get butthurt, don't they, when you don't kiss ass?
So yeah, I
Wow.
thought good for her, man.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that was no different to. See, this is where I got confused with that one that I was talking about because I think it was the day before or a couple of days prior. That
Yeah,
bar, what was it called? Was it something S, Das S,
yeah.
Das, Mass
That's
S? What?
where the guys from Open Carry, Texas, went there.
I think so.
Patrick was streaming, and
I think so. Yes. Extra Good Citizen was there.
worthless citizen. He's a thief.
Anyway, I don't discuss other channels here, mate. But anyway,
No, yeah.
um, I saw that video, right? I saw that video, and I thought, well, good for them. You know, they've opened their doors, right?
She didn't
And
open her
then,
doors.
no,
She
the bar started like working, and they were selling stuff and whatever, right? And then 2 days later, yesterday, I spots this other video, and that was where the guys went out with their weapons and stuff, and were like protecting the place supposedly. And then 30 cops showed up with their armored vehicle, and they pretty much handed over their guns. I think there was 12 of the guys, and
yeah.
cops came with 30 of theirs. That was sad to watch. I didn't realize that it was actually the same place. Did not realize that it was the same place that I'd watched the video of a couple of days before.
From what I understand, that first bar, she didn't open up to sell beer, which I thought you know, why are they there then?
See,
I
the whole
mean,
thing is people literally, they literally need to stand up. Everybody needs to stand up at the same time. A
yeah,
few here, a few there, they're going to go after those people because they know that they can. You know what I mean?
but when
They know
they get
they can.
surrounded on all sides by a lot of people, they'll say,
That's right.
"Oh shit."
Exactly. They will think twice the next time they walk out there, you know? And it just needs to be more and more people every frigging time.
Yeah, I agree.
But I just don't get, and this is going back to what I was saying when I started. I don't get how people can't see that the very, very little freedom, which I don't even perceive it to be freedom, but the very, very little that they have left, that they're prepared to let that go to.
No, she's still in jail. Trump said. I believe she's still in jail, even though the governor could pardon her. I mean,
Oh, Ted C says that the governor let her out. He's saying she is still open and out of jail. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I didn't actually watch that. I
they
haven't
ought
seen
to they ought to
it
be
yet.
calling for the firing of that judge.
Oh, listen, they're doing this because they have an agenda. They're pushing their agenda. They're moving along just fine with their agenda. It's the useless eaters that need to wake the fuck up, you know? The useless eater needs to wake the fuck up and go, hang on a minute, the very little that I had left, considering I pinned myself into my own corral, into my own pen, had to stick a mask on. Well, no, I didn't have to stick a mask on, but I chose to stick a mask on. And now I'm screaming that my freedoms were taken away. Well, nobody forced you to do it, you know? Nobody forced anybody.
Oh no, and they're taking full advantage of this pandemic. And
Absolutely. The thing is,
hey, I agree. Wear a mask if you're outside. You're around people. Wear a mask. I mean,
yeah, so I don't believe that there is a pandemic, Sasquatch. I don't believe that at all. I believe that, yes, there is something that is already killing elderly whose health has been previously compromised by other illnesses. People die all the time. You know,
yeah, but
people die from
not in
different
these numbers this
flu,
fast.
from whatever. But here, from what I can visibly see without believing anybody else except from what my eyes tell me, and from the people that I know, there is no pandemic. A pandemic usually happens where you get sick, I get sick, everybody that comes in contact with me gets sick, and that is not happening. Therefore, it's not a pandemic. There is something that is killing the elderly. Yeah. Is it killing them at a rate way above the normal
Uh,
number of people dying a
Killing
year anyway?
young and
No. Um, is it attacking elderly? Well, shit, they can find the elderly in age group homes. And then they're going, why is there a cluster of deaths? Why is there a cluster of deaths? These people can't get out. These people are depressed. These people are stressed. They're probably sticking masks on them where it lowers the fucking oxygen level in the body. Therefore, you nearly die from that because your body needs oxygen and you can't breathe properly through those masks. They know what they're doing. They know
yeah.
exactly what they're doing.
I don't think that. I believe there is a pandemic, and I mean, you believe what you want, and I'll believe what I want, and we'll still keep going. We're still fighting the fight. I
No,
mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. But to me, I just don't think, like people, when I listen, they still have that thing of somebody's going to come and save us. They're still waiting for somebody to come and
mm,
save them. They don't realize that they need to stand up and save themselves because nobody, no one person in particular, is coming to save anybody.
no,
You know?
The only person that can save you is yourself.
Oh my God, True Patriots in the house. Hello, dude. Get your ass up here, man.
I gotta make some coffee.
No dramas.
I just frickin' ran out. So I'll talk at you later.
Okay, Sasquatch. There you go. How you been, Ted? Haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, I'm just looking at everything, people. Just looking at everything. Nothing makes any fucking. The only thing that is not making any sense to me now is humanity itself. People still keep saying, I still hear people saying when shit hits the fan. You know, when shit hits the fan. Shit splattered a long time ago. What do you mean when shit hits the fan? I don't know. Are those people literally waiting to see shit splatter? As in real shit? I don't know. After all, it all comes down to shit, doesn't it? Just depends on how deep in it you are. How deep in it do you want to be? Are you paddling through it? Are you swimming through it? I don't know. Are you drowning in it? I don't understand people. I can't. It's a, we're living in the land of zombies. And by land I mean this whole earth. I don't mean just where I am. And you have so many people saying that they can see what's happening, but nobody wants to stand up. And when you stand up, you don't ask permission, you don't demand, you just go and fucking do. You just walk out the front door and you go and do. And people aren't doing that. They're just not doing that. They're still asking for permission. I don't understand it. I just don't. Has it been going on for that motherfucking long that, oh shit, burn myself, burn my fucking house down, why don't I? Fuck. Hello.
What's up, girlfriend?
I went back to bed and I feel better for it. Now I'm here with my useless eaters and yeah, we're discussing things.
Well, I was hoping that your friend True Patriot would pop up here possibly, and we could meet finally.
Oh, True Patriot is awesome. I'm waiting for him to come up, and I'm so hoping that he comes up and doesn't just leave. But he has had a lot of problems with his computer and stuff, and being hammered by Facebook and YouTube, and just yeah. So I always get overjoyed when I see him, because I was talking to Colette the other day and I was saying to her, has he gone live? Have I missed him? Yada, yada, yada. So I do hope he pops up. Why aren't you doing it, Perth Observer? Why aren't I doing what? Standing up. I'm doing the best with what I've got, mate. I'm on social media saying shit that other people, majority of other people, wouldn't fucking say. I'm on here trying to open people's eyes to what is actually going on. I research, I bring information, I'm doing what I can with what I've got. For me to go stand up, I've never said for one person to go stand up. Here in Perth, doesn't matter which way I look. There's only, one other person that I know of, or maybe two, that are about an hour away from me, if not more, that actually have, that are here, one in my city, and that would be prepared to stand up. The rest of them, oh no, they all believe the same thing. You know, you've got to wear your mask, or they
Look at
might
this
not.
fight. This is what I have to fight every single day, Perthlaw. Look. I want to sit on your lap.
Put
Why
it down.
can't I? Come on.
Meow,
Come on.
meow.
Come on. He can't hear you. He's transgender. I'm a boy and a girl, Perthy.
Yay!
Come here.
Heath, it's telling me you need to connect your mic or something or other, dude. Heath, if you can hear me, it's telling me at the back end here. I'll read it to you. Your guest will need to connect their mic or cam before you can add them to the stream. So I don't know what it is that you need to plug in where.
I'm the baby.
Oh, there you go. Hang on, now it can. If that is Heath. Connection is really slow, mate, but just hold in there. The difference is, Trump said, is where you guys are, okay? There are so many people that not only have weapons, there are so many people that are prepared to stand up. That's the difference that I'm seeing. So if there is so many more people, then it means that you have the opportunity to get together and stand up. Not stand up on friggin' behind a keyboard. If half of Perth was fucking awake here, even quarter of Perth was awake here, I'd stand up with them. Hey, Kevin. That's the difference. I've never said that one person can go out and stand on the corner with a placard and go, you know, we want our freedom, that's going to work. Hell the fuck no. We've gone way beyond that shit. Gone way beyond that shit. Something's going to change. It's going to take a lot of people literally leaving their houses, getting together. A lot of people. I have no idea, mate. I have no idea.
Sorry if I'm quiet. I'm doing the thing that I do where I watch audits and stuff like that to keep track.
No dramas, mate. No dramas.
In case someone gets shot.
No dramas.
See, that's the thing. And I know you don't like nonsense, but, you know, just to rant randomly at people who say things like, what do you do to stand up, blah, blah, blah. Well, you got to take a page from a friend of mine's book that always says it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you send a letter to your congressman or to your government representative, whatever type, emails, make phone calls, make a donation.
You know?
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying we're way past that. There is no, they don't care if you send them a letter. They don't care if you send them 100 fucking emails. They don't care. They just hit the delete button and it gets deleted. Do you know what I mean?
Nope.
They
Like, so
don't
for
care.
instance, here in Canada, I don't know how it is in every country, but here in Canada, you can write a letter to your government, to your federal government, and you do not have to put a stamp on it. I don't know if most people know this. I guess I should talk about this more often. I never really thought of. See, I assume everybody knows this. You don't have to pay any postage to send a letter to your government representative here in Canada, and then it gets archived permanently. Right? So, yes, I understand where you're coming from, but doing nothing is not the right answer either. Right? So, if you're 85 years old and all you can do is do what my great grandmother would do and write a handwritten letter to send to your government representative, that's better than nothing. Right? As much pressure as we can possibly put. And also, run for government. Right? I plan on running for municipal government here. Problem is, I because of this fucking shitpocalypse toilet paper wars bullshit, I kind of got sidelined. I had a lot of stuff going on, and this fucked my whole life up, man. I was gaining ground, and it destroyed everything I was building, which I believe was part of the plan. Because people were starting to wake up, people were starting to actually do stuff, and they shut it all down.
Yeah, well, sadly, watching what's going on out there at the moment, it's like, oh God, I had a different crowd of people that I hung with before, and even back then, everything that we were looking at, it wasn't a police state anymore. It was military. It's been military for a long fucking time. For a long time.
I agree. That's what I've been trying to tell people, is that
Ever
things
since
were way more out of control than they thought.
ever since they handed over all of those friggin' those armored vehicles and Lord knows what the fuck else they gave them back then. Okay, I guess we'll need to connect. I'll give it a minute. Heath, if you can hear, or whoever it is, I'll give it a minute because it's still telling me something about you need to connect your mic or cam. I just on a quick note there. I've been getting emails from Google lately telling me that somebody's trying to bust into my Gmail over the past, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 days. Good luck with that, because I have
You
many.
have second you have secondary authentication, like with texting type thing, right? Not just to your email.
Oh, listen, I've got 4 different emails, so they're going to have to get past 3 to get my good one. So,
Okay.
and not there's only like 4 people that actually have my good one. So, hey, Northern Corruption, leave it to Beaver. How you guys doing? Damn it. Okay, whoever's trying to get up, it's still just hold fire there. Stay there for a minute or whatever, because the last time you tried, it sorted itself out. It's telling me something about your mic and cam.
I'm the baby.
There you go.
See this thing laying on my lap with its feet against me, so that when it falls, it can just grab a hold of my legs with its claws.
Hello there, Heavy. How you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? You're frozen at the moment. If we can actually get to hear him, 10th man, that is a very good friend of mine. True Patriot, aka Volunteer Agriculture, aka CC2 Arms.
I like when my daddy rubs my belly and I lay on his lap. I sleep on daddy's legs all night long, almost every single night. Even when he kicks me off, I just crawl back up on his legs. I like the warmth of daddy. And also, I like to crawl around on him when he's sleeping and attack his hands and scratch him all to pieces because I'm crazy. And also, I'm transgender kitty. And look at my claws. Claws. Don't touch my balls. Don't touch my balls. uh, no, no pictures. No pictures. I don't like pictures. No, she does not like pictures. No, she does not. No. You's famous, Gunna. You's famous. All the people like you. They say you're the warbles. So to everybody who's watching, apparently Perth got a phone call. It must have been an important phone call, or else she wouldn't leave us hanging. But it's all good. That's why I love Perth. She don't pull no punches. I try to go for the, legal route. I don't. I got no time for the rest of the nonsense. Mostly just because I can't trust anybody. I do not trust that anybody will ever stand up or protect me, so I have to protect myself. That's just kind of the way that it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll try to keep talking, Perth, while you're on the phone. You do your thing. Oh. Oh, he just dug his claws into my hand. What are you doing? Why are you get down? You don't scratch me. Get well, my cat was getting a little too rowdy, so I had to send him away.
Sorry, people, I had to interrupt that because NBN called. So I had to take the message and I had to mute 10th Man because he kept unmuting and kept talking, but my phone is right here, so the guy could literally hear, and I didn't have time to type anything up to say because I've been at this trying to get them to fix my NBN for like fucking 6 months now, so stop the shit in my chat. I don't want anybody talking about anybody in chat. I'm gonna fucking boot everybody out. That's the level that I'm at. I ask people not to do it. You come in here, it's showing disrespect on my part. So, because like I says, I don't really care who's who anymore. And Beaver, of all people, you should fucking know. You should fucking know that I don't talk about other people's channels. I don't talk about other people in here. You should know, and yet you're still doing it. Don't tell me to chill, Beaver. I don't care what he said, all right? That you know what my chat is like. You know what my friggin' panel is like. Somebody's on my panel. Don't go busting their balls here. You got a problem with them about what they're saying. Take it somewhere else. Take it somewhere else. True Patriot, if you're still listening, try and come up again, mate. Don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. Anyway, I'm going to talk to myself. Haven't been around for a bit because, like I says, basically, I'm just in awe of what's going on, in awe of what I can see, what's happening. I can see that nobody wants to stand up. The little freedom that anybody's got left, they're pissing it up the wall. They want to change, but they're not prepared to move to make a change. So, not prepared. And sadly, the ones that are prepared don't have the backing. I was asking somebody the other day, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I was asking, where is the military? And somebody had said that they're all on the coast, on the coastlines. And that says a lot. That says to me that it's not a matter of somebody wanting to attack or that somebody's going to attack the country. To me, I think they're doing that because they don't want people leaving. When they ramp shit up a bit more, they're not going to want people leaving, and they're going to know that people are going to be trying to get the fuck out. So I don't know. I don't know. I see things a different way to what people see them. Sadly, there's not a good end to it. Not a good end to it. But the coming month or two, we'll see. We'll see when they turn around and say that they're ramping shit up because there's a second and a third and a fifth fucking shit wave. We'll see what happens. I mean, who already did say that they were coming to houses? You got people saying, I've decided I'm just going to talk on my own, Jesse. Just to let everybody know that I'm still around. And the reason I've been doing live stream, I also believe that we speak when we're told to speak, not told by how you guys might perceive it. But to me, when I've got nothing to say, it means it's best that nothing is said, except for, obviously, chit-chat. But I've decided definitely that there is either I'm going to move away from the topic of Corona and whatever and move on to a totally different topic. Totally different topic. I didn't take it that way, 10th man. You didn't know that I was on the phone. I had to take the call because I recognized the number. So, and I didn't have time to even type it or mute, not mute it, but fucking turn it down or whatever. I just answered the phone because I thought, yay, they're going to send an NBN guy out. Oh no, we need the same fucking shit that we did before. I said, no, we're not playing that game. Same old fucking crap. Same old fucking crap. Just a different day. But yeah, I'm going to start looking, I think, for a different topic. I'm going to find, I don't know, maybe even in a different country. Maybe even in a different country, just something totally away from what I normally do. Different group of people, different everything, you know? Because people get stuck in groups, and I don't want to be in a group. I want to be a part of the earth. I want to be a part of everything, everybody. Beaver, just quit it, okay? Just fucking quit it, okay? Stop, you know? I've actually found myself 4 different channels, really good channels. that have chat, and I was watching their chats. Not one moderator. And do you think anybody in that chat was having a dispute with one another? Nope. Nope. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody was discussing what was going on. Nobody was bringing up anybody else from any other fucking place. None of that, you know? And I thought, now, there you go. That's my kind of fucking channel. But yeah, I'm going to find a totally different topic away from everything. Because when people don't want to see, they just don't want to see. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what information you bring forward. I mean, yesterday I was reading or going through all of this fucking documentation that somebody gave me, file after file after file after file of different fucking documents. And I'm reading all of this stuff and I'm trying to find people, information. I'm trying to find people, and I think, what for? What for? Why do I need to bust my fucking eyeballs on a computer reading and reading and reading and reading and reading to try and find information when society just doesn't want to know? Yes, there is the odd few, and by few I don't mean 3, that are awake, but sadly, they're in the same fucking position that I am. Because they're trying to do the same fucking thing, and nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to know. And then you get people saying, well, aren't we way past the corona thing? Well, sadly, we're right fucking in it, because while people are still wearing masks, self-isolating, believing that the crap that's out there, how has society moved forward from that? They haven't. Because the government is going to use that in every way possible to do whatever the fuck it is that they can to take away the tiny little bit of normality that people used to have. Hey, Be Real. I've pretty much been starting to tell people I can see where this is heading. It's not toward a good place for any of us. It's just not. My advice to everybody, and I will keep pushing that from now on, is to simply, on a slow level, start hoarding food. Don't go fucking stupid over it so that they fucking close shops and Lord knows what. Don't go stupid over it. Start hoarding food. 2 Walmarts closed? There you go. There you go. Oh, they're looking to shut shop here. Like I said, oh, we're gonna release this, do the slow release, and these shops can open, or these places can open, or those places can open. And then within the same week, they turn around and go, oops, another 220 cases from where? An abattoir, a slaughterhouse. So we've got to close that down. Got to close that down. So there goes the meat. There goes the meat. How long before they close the supermarkets down? How long before there is nowhere to buy food? How long before you start looking like India where you're standing 2 meters apart outside in 40-degree heat, waiting for the police, the military, to give you a bag of goodies. And everybody keeps saying, oh, that can't happen here. It won't happen here. It won't happen here. Well, fuck. When I turned around and said that Australia introduced a tracing app, some woman started in a chat room somewhere going, oh, that's not going to happen here. Well, what is going on there now? They've got a fucking tracing app. You just call it something different. You call it something different. It's already there. It's already there. Can people not see that this is happening to every country? To every country. You still have people. How are people going to come together when you've got people going, oh, fuck China. Fuck China. China's not at fault for this. I said that from day one. China's not at fault for this. People love to hate. My suggestion to everybody, like I said, on the slow, you don't gotta fucking do it where the government can see that you're doing it and then everything gets shut down. Start hoarding stuff, start collecting stuff. Oh, they will. They will, Matthew. They will. They will. That's what they've been doing up until now. People haven't seen it. It was clearly obvious here in Australia when they set fire to half the fucking country. We've had fires before. I'm not saying we haven't had fucking fires. We've had fires, but literally from fucking top to bottom. Are you shitting me? The people can't see that. How much livestock did they destroy? How many wild animals did they fucking destroy? And people forget that. And then on top of that, the country's fucking prime minister goes on vacay to Hawaii. While he's busy vacaying in Hawaii, getting a tan, who the fuck cares that half of Australia is on fire? But everybody's forgotten about that. It's just all back to normal because that's what humanity does. There's an event and they give it time and people move on from that event. Then they create another one and another one and another one. And humanity does the same motherfucking shit over and over. Hey, Grey Dude. I mean, I remember when it was the drought. First, it was the drought thing, okay, here in Australia, in the eastern states. Animals are starving. The owners of these animals watching their fucking animals literally starving to death and not being able to do anything about it, to the point where those farmers were ringing up crisis centres because they needed somebody to talk to. Their farms had been in the family for generations, and they found themselves at a point where they had to watch their animals fucking starve to fucking death. Did anybody help them? Did the government help them? Hell the fuck no, because the government doesn't want people on the land. They don't want you there. They don't want you having livestock because you just might be able to feed yourself and somebody else. So they started with the drought. And then there was a whole pile of truckers, which was fucking awesome. Whole pile of truckers here from West Australia that literally loaded up their fucking trucks and they were taking stock all the way across Australia to the farmers that needed it. They didn't even fucking get there and the fires started. They were given grief crossing the borders, given grief as to how their trucks are, this, that, the other, whatever. They were being stopped and given grief. I couldn't believe what I was fucking seeing. And then just when they drop all of their stuff off and whatever, half of Australia gets set on fire. For those people that thought that was normal, that ain't fucking normal. That ain't fucking normal. But people don't see it. They don't see it that we are being attacked by weather. And I say attacked. I'm not saying the heavens just open up on their own and cause floods and major like flooding and fucking disaster. It used to be normal. It used to be. It ain't anymore. But nobody wants to fucking hear it. It ain't anymore. They will flood you out of your fucking home if they have to. Do they give a shit that you just lost everything that you fucking worked for all your life? That your house is now sitting roof deep in fucking water for Lord knows how long? By the time you get back to it, there is nothing left to fucking refurbish or restore? Do they give a flying fuck? No, they don't. No, they fucking don't. But let's talk Republican, let's talk Liberal, let's talk Labor, let's talk Greenpeace. What the fuck? What the fuck? We have rights. No, you fucking don't. You don't have any fucking rights. You lost your fucking rights a long time ago. You just don't know it happened. You don't even know when the fuck it happened. Too busy watching football, watching the TV, playing on the mobile phone, chasing Pokemon. You don't even know when the fuck it happened. What fucking rights? We have the Constitution. Every fucking country has some kind of a fucking piece of shit written on a fucking paper. Might as well wipe your fucking ass on it. Because they don't give a fuck that it's there on paper. They don't care. They don't care. They just don't fucking care. And people still fucking hang on to them. Trump is gonna save us. Trump ain't gonna fucking save your ass. He wouldn't give a flying fuck if he stood there, which obviously they don't let them stay there. Wherever there's a shitstorm happening, they don't let them stay there. They tell them to go away. They tell them to pretend like they're not there, you know? Just like here, when Morrison headed to Hawaii. What fucking president, prime minister of any country up and just fucking pisses off when there's drama going on? But this is what they do. They send them away. Here, you don't have to look. Pretend you don't know about it. Pretend you don't know about it. Here's $1,000 for your inconvenience of you penning yourself up in your own little fucking cow pen. Here's $1,000. Put on a mask, lower your oxygen fucking rate, which lowers obviously your immunity. Stress yourself the fuck out so that you can get sick easier. Not from corona, but just simply getting fucking sick, because we all know that stress, no, we don't all know, that stress is the biggest fucking killer there is of people. Stress brings up so much fucking acid in your body that it's bound to fucking start some sort of a fucking illness. Do they care? They don't give a flying fuck. But hey, I want my rights. I got rights. You ain't got shit. Ain't got shit. Ain't got shit. Haven't had it for a long time. People think that they're in a police state. It's not a police state. Hasn't been for fucking ages. Hasn't been for fucking ages. I said when all of this started, watch the military, watch the military. Keep your eyes on the fucking military. They're making a move. They're doing something. And it ain't fucking Rona. It's not Rona does Dallas. Or Rona does fucking, I don't know, Melbourne. Got nothing to do with that. But people put their focus on one thing and then they spend all their time arguing with somebody else. Got nothing to do with what's in front of our face, people. What it has to do, there is something behind all of this. There's something behind all of this. What is obvious is that they're taking away the last little bit of fucking freedom there is, if you can even call it that, because like I said, we're in open air prisons. I've been screaming open air prisons for ages. And people can think that I'm an idiot. You can think that I'm stupid. You can think that I'm full of shit. I don't really give a flying fuck, because at the end of the day, you don't pay my bills. Nobody pays my bills but me. But I'm telling you how I see it. We're in open air prisons. Let's build a wall. Oh my God, when I first fucking heard that, I started laughing and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Who the fuck are they kidding? That's not to keep people out. It's to keep people in. To keep people in. Not to keep them out. You can't tell people. I remember seeing somebody actually started a fucking GoFundMe page. Let's help Trump build the wall that's going to fucking help keep us in. When I heard that, I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. That people would start a GoFundMe page for a wall that's going to keep their asses in. Penned up. Penned up. That was just amazing to me. The government trades in drugs. The governments stir shit in other countries, and then the refugees get blamed by the rest of the useless eaters. What are you doing here? We don't want your fucking ass here. But they don't stop to think why they are there. So the useless eater spends most of its time blaming the other useless eaters. In the meantime, the governments are in cahoots. Like I said, one of the documents that I was reading about nuclear power plants and nuclear whatever, and I'm reading that the US is working with Korea, working with China, working with other countries. And to me, I look at that and I think, look, all the governments are in it. They're doing their thing. Sadly, the rest of yous, including me, just don't belong in that group. Just don't belong there. This is in all the documentation. People just don't want to read. They want somebody to bring it to them. You know, they want somebody to lay it out for them. And even when they lay it out and they put in pretty pictures and the sound is good and the picture is pretty and you got pictures while there's conversation and yada, yada, yada. Even then, they just, next day, they're out of their minds. It's gone. It's gone. I wish I could fucking stop my brain from fucking thinking. I wish I could. At least for a while. But no matter where I seem to look, every time I see somebody walking past my house with a mask on, or I see people walking past and they're all 2 meters apart when they're supposedly going to exercise, there's a reminder for me everywhere that we are living in a fucked up situation, in a fucked up society. I saw it years ago when I used to do visa runs, when I lived in Indonesia and I was coming back to Perth, obviously to redo my visas. And I used to sit outside. If I went to a shopping centre, I'd be sitting in the car finishing off my cigarette. And I'd just watch the people that are going in and out. Fucking zombies, mate. Nobody smiles at anybody. Nobody says hello to anybody. It's like watching ants. You know, each ant, have you ever sat there and just watched? I have because I've got tiny little ants that are in my toilet. They've been in the fucking toilet since I moved into this place. And I sit there sometimes and I watch them. I watch them. They're all rushing backwards and forwards and one's picking up this and he's taking it back and another one's fucking digging and you can see that they're digging somewhere underneath the house because they create these little piles of sand, you know? They create these little piles of sand and they remind me so much of people that they don't realize that I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there and I can end that any time I want. Any time I want. That I can stomp on them, that I can shovel that sand back down the same fucking hole where it came from, that I can pour poison down there or spray them with poison so half of their little city dies off. They don't see it. And that's what people remind me of. Ants. Ants. You know, they remind me of fucking ants. They just continue on about their business without even realizing what is about to fucking happen to them. Open air prisons, people. How much more? I mean, now it's the pens, self-isolation. How much more do you want to isolate yourself? How much more? Initially, it was the illusion of the 4 concrete walls with the barbed wire fence at the top. Oh, I'm free because I'm on this side of that wall. And you don't see that you're actually in an open-air prison. Then you realise that you're in an open-air prison. Then you get pushed that little bit more. Then where are you? You're not just in an open-air prison anymore. You're self-isolated. You then put yourself into the prison that's called your home. Obviously, you have to go out. You have to venture out to get food. Otherwise, you're going to die. But otherwise, you are then in a prison called home. Is it going to get to a point where that's even going to get smaller, where you get taken out of your home for whatever reason, and you get put into like a little cubicle where you've just got a bed in it, nothing else? Is that when people are going to wake up? Or are they still going to meet out in the hallway and go, oh, you know, when shit hits the fan? Oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. I do not like that term anymore, when shit hits the fan. I am beyond that term. I am way beyond that fucking term. I always say neck deep in shit. We're neck deep in shit. It's not when shit arrives. It's not when shit happens. It's got none of that. We're neck deep in shit, and we have been for a long fucking time. There is no when shit hits the fan. Because shit has congregated into one big bitch ass pool, and every one of us is neck deep in it. The only shit that's going to hit the fan is when the people start throwing shit out of that pool back at their government. And I can't see that happening, because nobody likes being or dealing with shit. That's obvious. Don't like dealing with shit. Can't get my hands dirty. I could die. I want to go to heaven, and I want to go see God, and yeah, I want to go home, but hey, I want the FEMA bus to take me there. I don't want to die to get there. Oh, God, I don't know. Don't know, people. I really don't. Don't know. I mean, I'm looking out my window, and I know that we're in winter, supposedly. I don't even know what winter is anymore, because everything is just so goddamn fucking false. You just don't know what to believe anymore. I mean, what is real? We've got an overcast day. Is that because of the chemtrails that they were spraying us with the other day? Is that what it is? Or is this for real? Sometimes I wish I was still in my little fantasy bubble. But then, knowing who I am, I don't like fantasy bubbles. I want to know the truth. I don't like being lied to. I want to know the truth. As bad as it might be, at least when I know the truth, then I can sit back and go, okay, this is where we are. What are we going to do about it? You know, there's nothing wrong with knowing the truth. Nada. Not everything is always going to be peachy fucking sweet. But at least when you know the fucking truth, you at least can say, okay, let's put our heads together. Let's fucking fix this. At least that's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. Put the shit on the table, and let's fucking deal with that shit. Let's not sit there and pull that shit apart and mow over that shit and how did we get here shit. Is shit documented? Is it not documented? I want my rights shit. I don't fucking have any rights shit, but I can't fucking see that I don't have any rights. Don't want to know about it. What we have on the table is a pile of shit. It's a pile of shit. The only conversation that should go from there is how do we fix this shit? And we need to fix it now because there's a lot of shit. But people get bored. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about that. Don't want to know about that. It's too hard to know about that. Let's talk about what the neighbour's doing, you know? Let's see what the neighbour's doing. Let's see if we can dob him in. That mean fucker, he's got a garden, I don't have a garden. That son of a bitch doesn't deserve to have a fucking garden. Let's dob him in. I want to fix shit. I want to fix shit. That's what I want to do. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about how and what I can do or how I can go about getting my family to some kind of fucking safety, to some kind of safe space, because I can't do anything else. Can't do anything else. Because they've made a point of literally, and that was another thing that they did, when they stopped everybody, well, they didn't, the useless eater did, but when the useless eater stopped fucking working, okay, everybody closed all the doors. And what did they do? They stuck them on fucking welfare. Stuck them on welfare. Why? Because that's where they've wanted them for a very long fucking time. Dependent on the government, because when you're dependent on the government, you will fucking hand over anything that they ask for. You will, if they told you to bend over and get 10 fucking vaccines up your ass, you're gonna do it. Why? Because they know you've got children that you need to feed. You've got children that you need to feed. They know exactly what they're doing. And they're pushing it every fucking day. And pushing and pushing and pushing. The useless eater is just backing themselves further and further into that little, like I said, that little cubicle with the single bed in it. And even then, they'll push you further. They'll stop giving you food. They'll stop giving you a blanket. They'll take away your pillow. They'll take away your mattress until you die. And I think that the useless eater's last words will be, when shit hits the fan. I can see it now. The useless eater will be on the ground, on the concrete, and his head will come up. I have visions. His head will come up just a little bit. When shit hits the fan. I'm selling popcorn. I'm selling fucking popcorn. I'm watching the shit show. But my advice to you again, people, don't fucking hoard like fucking stupid ass idiots so that everything gets closed. Start doing it slowly. Don't always go to the same shop. Go to different shops. You know, if you're hoarding up on baked beans, for example, get 2 cans from one supermarket. Go to another supermarket, get another 2 cans. Don't just fucking attack the same fucking thing in every shop. Because the minute they see that stuff is going up, they will close the doors. They will close the fucking doors. Start investing in food. And I keep saying, forget toilet paper. You've got enough clothes in your household to wipe your ass till the day you die. Forget toilet paper. Start buying canned food. Start buying fucking, I don't know, flour, fucking shit that you don't normally eat. Maybe bags of rice. Polenta, which is filling and whatever. Buy shit that you don't normally buy. Like I said, 40 packs of noodles to a box, $14 a box. Start hoarding, because that's what I've told my family. I've told them to start hoarding food on the slow. Because this is not going to turn out good for anybody. If people are refusing to stand up and support, at least support those people that are standing up, it's not going to turn out good for anybody. I mean, my heart goes out to places like the people in India. The ones that are standing in fucking heat waiting for bags of food. All masked up so that they can't breathe. Imagine 40-degree heat and you've got to wear a mask on your face. Because if you don't follow the rules, you don't get that little bag of food. Okay? You don't follow the rules. 40-degree heat, throw a mask on your face so that you fucking can't, you already can't fucking breathe because it's fucking hot. But hey, let's gag you up a little bit more. And they will stand there all fucking day. All fucking day. The amount of people that are going to die because they're going to starve everybody. It ain't going to be from fucking corona. Yeah, just get over that fucking stupidity. Get over that stupidity. There is something out there. People didn't start dying 3 months ago. They've always been dying from all different sorts of fucking diseases. Sadly, a lot of the diseases nowadays are man-made. And they usually take it to Africa and test it out over there. Why? Because, hey, those people are already fucking starving. They know how to manipulate weather, but God forbid they make it fucking rain over there so that shit can fucking grow. Hell no. Can't allow the useless eater to thrive. No. Can't allow that. That's not good. Got to control them the whole time. Got to control them. Got to keep tabs on them. Got to keep them busy. Got to keep them distracted, you know. Give them some drought so that they worry, they stress, they get sick about losing their property. Then let's just flood them out so that they lose the house, the little fucking hut that they're living in, or the house that they're living in. Let's flood them out. Let's give them some more stress. And this is what's happening across this earth. This is what's happening across this earth, you know? But everybody just looks as to what's happening around them. You know, we could have a major motherfucking fire here. United States could have a fucking big-ass fucking hurricane coming through that is going to flood out Lord knows how much. India could be having something else. They do it. Every country has it going on. But people don't want to look at that. People don't want to look at that. They want to look at the fact, oh no, it's just happening to us because we're special. You know, just happening to us. Well, no, it fucking ain't. It's happening to every one of us. Every one of us on this fucking earth right now is going through the same shit. Through the exact same motherfucking shit. Because we're no different to each other. We all want the same thing. We all just want to go back, put food on the table, have the barbecue on the fucking weekend, maybe get pissed with the mates. You know, not much to ask, really. But that's about to be taken away from you. It's about to be taken away from you. I should actually draw a picture on I'm sorry, but I keep getting visuals now of that weak, skinny, useless eater laying on the concrete floor with this single bed that has no mattress, no nothing next to him. And it's just got maybe like a few metal little planky things going across. You can see that no springs, no whatever. And you can see this frail body on the concrete floor, and he lifts his head up and goes, when shit hits the fan. I'm sorry, I can't get that picture out of my head now. It's all right. Nana hasn't lost the plot, boy. Even the dog's looking at me funny. Going, what? What's going on? What's going on? Hey? Nana will protect you. Oh, yeah. You can bite their ankles while I stab them in the neck with a fork. We're protecting our baked beans, aren't we, dude? Exactly. Because that's it of what's waiting for everybody. Don't think it's not. Don't think it's not. People have been talking about this for years. Right now, this very minute, the discussion that I'm having with you guys, well, it's not even a discussion. It's a one-sided discussion, okay? It's a one-sided discussion, but that's all right. I don't mind. This has been discussed and talked about for fucking years. And tell me, did humanity do anything about it? People were screaming years ago, well before I got on the fucking internet, well before I even got my hands on a computer. People were screaming in their own way. This is what needs to be done. That's what, you know, we got to go and do this. We got to do that. We got to whatever. Nobody moved. Nobody moved. Still doing the same fucking thing. Still doing the same fucking thing. Who wasn't scared? Who was in the World Health Organization? They weren't even scared to literally on air say, oh, with all the self-isolation, it's pushed Rona back into the house. We're going to have to come knocking on your door now. We're going to have to come knocking on your door. And still people do nothing because they're waiting for shit to hit the fan. They don't realise that they're already neck deep in shit, you know? And still nobody does anything. The police/military, or should I say the militarized police, going out there, bashing people up how they want, shooting people when they want, tasering them to death when they want. The useless eater sees this. The useless eater, you can see it. People are walking around. They're walking around this and they're looking at what's going on. Does anybody fucking step in? Out of all those people, you'd kind of think that somebody would go, hang on a fucking minute. But they don't. They just walk around it and they look at it and they'll film it and life goes on. Another useless eater down, another useless eater gone. But that's okay because there's billions of us. They can do that. It's all good. Government will give you $1,000, whatever, for your inconvenience. Here, because that's what they do. They know that the useless eater likes money. My question is, how many useless eaters out there that do take the money are going to use their noodle in what they fucking spend it on? Because the last couple of years of my life taught me that I can live on very little. Very little. Minimalistically little. I'm hoarding their money. I'm hoarding their money. I'm not going to go out and buy fucking clothes. I'm not going to go out and buy Lord knows fucking what. Because I can see what's coming. I can see what's happening. Can see what's happening. Can see what's happening. Except my brain doesn't stop. It doesn't stop every fucking day. Just because I'm not on the internet or you guys don't see me or whatever, my brain does not fucking stop because I continuously keep thinking, how can I get the fuck out of the city? If I got out of the city, how could I get my bro out? This, that, and the other. Where can I go? How can I get there? At least with family that doesn't listen or that don't believe. When they do realise that they're neck deep in shit, at least then they'll have a place that they can come to. My brain doesn't fucking stop. I mean, it's obvious to me. When people say about vaccinations, they've got everybody by the short and fucking curlies. By the short and fucking curlies. My bro's carer the other day says to me, and some of you might have heard this already, some might not have. My bro's carer turns around and says to me, oh, I'm going to have to get you to sign a piece of paper. And I says, what for? And he goes, for your bro to get the flu injection. And I said, yeah, no, we don't do that. And he goes, well, he has to now. Otherwise, they're going to ask you to take him out of the home. Anybody that is working to keep their jobs here has to have a flu injection. What do you think is going to happen when Rona vaccine kicks in? You think you're going to say no? When you got kids to feed? You think you're going to fucking just, yeah, no? Not going to do it? The amount of people that will be put in a position and already have been put in a position to get vaccinated. And that's why Gates is smiling. He can smile, he can laugh, he can live it up every fucking day. His missus can go out and shop till she drops and have maids and Lord knows what the fuck else. Because they know that they've got the useless eater by the short and fucking curlies. The amount of people that came forward from other vaccines that their kids have gotten, the kids were born normal. And then they get the vaccine. And the child ain't the fucking same anymore. Can you imagine that kind of fucking devastation? The feeling of, I fucked up my own child. Well, we know all of this. And yet look where we're heading. Down the same motherfucking path. Down the same fucking path. Towards a whole shitload more vaccines. Who said? We will not leave anyone behind. We will not leave anyone behind. They know what they're doing. They're not silly. It's one small step at a time that they're doing this. The other day, you had a group of guys handed their guns over. Tomorrow, there'll be more handed over. When there's no work and no funds, there'll be more handed over. Before you know it, there'll be nothing to show anymore. Look what I've got. When they come into your home and they start testing you in your home and they decide that one of your kids has got Rona and they start dragging the kid out, what are you going to do? What? What are you going to do? Cry? Scream? Bitch? What are you going to do? Because the neighbour ain't going to come save your ass. Because the neighbour's fucking shit scared because he knows he's next. There is no unity with humanity. There isn't. The only time that humanity comes together is in a big-ass catastrophe. Big-ass catastrophe. It's after the government fucks you over, then the people come together. Why does it have to take a big-ass fucking catastrophe for people to drop their differences and fucking unite? People say they're awake, but they still send their children to join the military. They still allow them to do that. We can see all of this, and yet we continue to play the fucking game. We continue to play the motherfucking game. It's a sad situation, people. It's a sad situation. The only thing that is left to do, you have choice two. You just totally forget what you know and you play the game. Just literally put it out of your mind. I'm sure if you stick yourself back into life and whatever, you can forget what you know. At least you can block it out of your mind and just go back to playing the game, go back to being told when you can fart, or it's to forget one's differences and unite and fix shit head on. Here, we're so fucking so far from one another. We're so spread out here. Majority of Australia, and that's pretty much just the East Coast and the West Coast. If you're looking north and south, it's not all covered with towns and people. No. It's basically, if you look at Western Australia, you've pretty much got north, south, and central, which is Perth. You've got it covered. Then if you're looking at the eastern states, you've got Queensland, and obviously the states below that, directly below Queensland, okay? They've got people on the coast and whatever. But if you look in Central Australia from top to bottom, there's hardly anybody there. The only thing you've got in that area is the CIA at Pine Gap. We're so far apart, as in the people sense, that we don't need to self-isolate. We don't, because we're already far apart from one another. We're already far apart from one another. You know what I mean? There's no need for us here in Australia to self-isolate. So for people to come together here, it's a lot harder because we're already divided by the centre of Australia. Something happened here in a big way. You would have the East Coast possibly getting together and all these little towns that follow the coastline here in WA. And that would be outnumbered in no time flat. I mean, if Perth was blowing up, for example, you don't have many people fucking left. I mean, like I says, when I was asked at the beginning of the stream, why don't I do something? Why don't I do something? Just like somebody from the States says to me a couple of days ago in chat, you're not here. You don't know. You're not here. You don't know. I don't have to be there because I can see this is happening in every country across the earth. It's not just happening in the United States. It's not just happening in Australia. It's happening everywhere. So I don't have to be on a different chunk of dirt to see it. I can see it all from here. I had a clear view. Clear view. Because when you look at humanity as a whole, look at it as a whole. Not just, oh, I'm going to worry about my little suburb. I'm going to worry about my little plot of land. I'm going to worry about my city. I'm going to worry about my state. I'm going to worry about my country. No. We're all sitting in the same petri dish. Every one of us, whether you like it or not. The only reason that I try and I concentrate on the United States is because you have weapons. That's the only reason. Because like I says, here in Australia, this got turned over to the CIA a long time ago. If any of yous that don't know and can be bothered, if you go into my playlists and you find Pine Gap, there is an old video there. It was an interview of a CIA guy in Australia being interviewed by an Australian about Pine Gap. And he says what the people don't know won't hurt them. That was years ago. Years ago. Fucking years ago. How bad do you think it's CIA owned now? Hell the fuck yeah. Hell the fuck yeah. But what's carried the people from the United States is that majority of you look at that constitution that you have. We can bear arms. See, that never happened here. I mean, people had guns, they didn't have guns. Do you know what I mean? Nobody really looked at it. Nobody gave a second thought to it. Hence is why I say, if you guys don't stop this in its tracks, it's not going to be good for anybody. But the more I watch, as in things going on everywhere, as in every country, people are getting pissed off. People are getting pissed off. Sadly, though, people rely on their military. You know, they say, oh, you know, when shit hits the fan, oh, that fucking expression. When shit hits the fan, somebody should fucking write a song about that. They always look at the fact that, oh, the military will not turn on us. Really? Why not? What, are you special? Are you special? It's not your son or daughter standing in front of you pointing a gun at you. It's somebody else's son or daughter that doesn't know you. Doesn't know you. Been given orders, just like they were given orders in another country to go kill. They've been given orders. And they will fire on you. Get over the illusion that they won't. Get over the illusion that they won't. And if that doesn't work, how hard is it for the government to swap military? How hard would it be now, for example, just using it as an example, okay? You got a wall closing in the United States. You've got the military on the coastlines so that you can't get out. And then, for example, the US government tells the Korean government, because they've already made you hate them, or the Chinese government, or whatever government, to start launching bombs on the United States. The military will pretend to have a little bit of involvement in it. Oh, we can't protect you because we're protecting the coastline, right? How hard would it be to wipe most of you off? Very easy. They've got the tools. They've got the know-how. The more they pen you up, the more they've got you by the balls. I've given up on this. There is no way that I am going to die for a chunk of dirt. To protect a chunk of dirt, to protect my family, yes. To protect a chunk of dirt, hell the fuck no. Hell the fuck no. Or that I'm going to stand up and sing to some old woman that refuses to fucking die already. Jesus. Has nobody fucking noticed? I don't know. Actually, I must go find that article. I read it briefly. I kind of skimmed past it. Something about catastrophic, was it catastrophic weather? Yes, it was. Something about catastrophic weather somewhere. And they even gave a date. Can't remember where I fucking saw it. I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and see if it pops out at me again. Because I thought, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what? They can tell you what kind of weather you're going to have on a day, whether you're going to have a hurricane or whatever, that they would know this. But that was just in passing. That was just in passing. So I don't really know, but it did stick in my head, which means I need to go back and have another look at it. But people, I'm telling you again, slowly, not like in some fucking craze, start hoarding food. Don't just hoard food, hoard things that you need, whether it be matches, whether it be, think of the things that others would not normally think of and start buying. Don't waste your money on cleaning chemicals. Don't waste your money on any of that shit. Don't waste your money on any of that shit. Think about things like things that you might need to start a fire, to cook food or to heat up food, that kind of stuff. And for everything else, forget about it. Forget about it. Because it ain't looking good. And they might. And they might. They might let you all back to work and say, okay, time to go back to work. Time to go back to work. And everybody will go back to work, and then a couple of weeks later, oh, shit, no, we went back to work too fucking soon. Nah, lockdown. Back into your pen. Back into your fucking pen. It's the give and take, the give and take. That's like head fucking, you know? That's being head fucked. It's called a head fuck on a grand scale. If you think, I mean, people have been talking about different topics that I pick up here, there, and whatever. The sex slaves, the child sex slaves, the human trafficking that's been going on for fucking years, for generations. You think that with the surveillance that we've got today, that the government doesn't know where these places are? Of course they know. They cash in on this. They cash in on this. They get rich off of this. Do they care that it's kids? Hell the fuck no. Hell the fuck no. But they know exactly where all of those places are. They know exactly where all of those places are, who's dealing it, who's doing it, how it's all connected, what countries have got it, what countries these people get fucking taken through. They know all of it. It's no different to David Paulides, 411 missing 411. The clusters of people in the millions that disappear every fucking year out of parks, right from under the noses of other people that are there. You're telling me that with all the supposed technology, satellites, surveillance, that the government doesn't know what's going on? Of course they do. But people are still going to go out there, and they're going to be fighting and arguing over the left and the right, the elephant and the donkey, the Labour, the Liberal, the Greenpeace, the Sex Party, the Church Party, the Come Together fucking party, whatever fucking party is going on out there. It's not called a party because it's got some meaning to it. It's a party because they're having a party. You're not having a party, they're having a party. They're all run by the same fuckers. When I watch these fuckers speak, majority of them can't just fucking stand up there and fucking talk. They're reading shit and they're fucking stuttering. They're being told what to do. That's the face that they want you to concentrate on. That's your savior. That's your savior. You need to bow down to your savior every motherfucking day. And you do. You bow down to your Saviour more than you do your Creator. It amazes me the shit that us useless eaters will believe. I remember the first time, and like him or don't like him, it doesn't matter to me. But he has a point. I was watching this guy and he was doing a small presentation in front of people and he had pictures. He had pictures and he was asking the people. Is it a photo or is it a picture? And when people would pick, and then he would tell them that no, it's this. And then at the very end, he was showing them pictures of planets and of different things. Then at the very end, he has a picture and he says, photo or picture? And then straight after that, after the people respond, he shows a picture of a guy who's standing there with a piece of paper that's got a circle cut out of it. The guy is holding that paper in front of his fucking t-shirt. He's holding a piece of paper in front of his t-shirt to show that you don't know what you're looking at. Because people thought that it was some planet or some fucking whatever, some moon or something. I can't even remember what it was. But it was a photo taken of a guy, a close-up. The guy pretty much had a piece of paper with a circle cut out of it on his t-shirt, and a photo was taken so that when you look at it, you think, like I said, those pretty pictures can be very deceiving. Pretty pictures. Nothing but pretty pictures. And then when you look at that and you think to yourself, the amount of lies that have been told surrounding certain situations. People being compartmentalized so that this one doesn't know what that one's doing and that one doesn't know what that one's doing, and having to sign papers, like gag orders, can't talk about it for 10 years, can't talk about it for 20 years. The amount of lies that have gone into everything that surrounds us, everything that we're taught, everything that we know. If you discover that just about one thing, it's left you with questioning everything else. And if it doesn't, then there's something not fucking right. But for me, it left me questioning everything. Everything. I don't believe fucking shit anymore. What are they doing with this money? I'm sure that they're spending certain amounts of money that they get on the pretty pictures. They would have to, because they need you to continuously believe the lie. So they have to spend a certain amount of money or whatever on convincing you that this is where your money is going and it's all for a good thing. It's all for a good thing. It's all for you. It's all for you. We're thinking about you. while they're picking and choosing who they want, what they want. It's sad. It's a sad world that we live in. It's a fucking sad world that we live in. That they have no regard for wildlife, that they have no regard in I know, Willie, I hear you, buddy. That they don't care about killing off all the wildlife just to control you. By the time they're done, if you think that they won't have enough bodies to create Soylent Green, oh, they're going to have way heaps. Way heaps of bodies. And people don't think about that. Good example of people just concentrating on their own little chunk of dirt that surrounds their 2 feet. When I started covering the Oroville Dam, I was all the way here in Australia. And yet, majority of people in the States didn't even know about it. Didn't even know about it because people just look at what's around them. They don't look any further than, they don't look at the bigger picture. I don't have a problem fighting for something that's somewhere on the other side of the world from me, if I see that what is happening is wrong. Have I copped shit over that? Yes, I've copped shit. I've copped shit from the same people that I was trying to protect. I copped shit because then obviously I started getting tracked. My computer being fucked with, my phone's being fucked with. It's not the first time that I've stuck my nose into the United States to try and help people with information. Prior to the Oroville Dam, the truckers, when they were trying to do the truck stop, when they were trying to literally block the beltway. So it's not that we can't help somebody that is far away from us. Yes, we can. We can. We've got the internet. How we choose what we do with the internet is totally dependent on ourselves. We can either waste our time talking about total and absolute fucking shit, about division and about hate, or how did we get here? Well, duh, we got here because we've done nothing. End of that fucking conversation. We choose. This is the only way that we can pretty much stay in touch globally, is with the internet. If you think it's going to be around permanently, you're fooling yourself. I was trying to do some searches because I came across different words last night. And I was doing Google searches. One simple one for you. Masks. Okay, masks. Do you know how many fucking links Google brought up? And every one of them, every fucking one of them is connected to Corona. I could not find a website that could tell me, for example, mask, what it's made out of, the fibers, the yada yada. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? I'm talking no. No. It is that controlled that is it of what I was getting. And I started on page 1 of Google. And then I thought, all right, let's continue back. So I went from page 1 to page 10. Nothing still associated with that. From page 10 to page 20, nothing. Still same shit. In the end, I gave up on it and I thought, look at that. Look at that. It wasn't so much that I was needing the information about masks on some kind of urgency thing. But it showed me how fucking controlled everything is. Everything. How controlled it is. I mean, when I stand in the kitchen and I make my coffee, I've got the radio going right there. And I listen to them when they do their breaks between music. Oh, while you're isolated, we can do this and we can play, get on to tic-tac, whatever the fuck this shit is called, tick-tock, tic-tac, whatever. And you can do da-da-da-da-da. And then you can we've got this thing going and we're going to ask you something. We'll make sure you wear your masks and keep practicing that social distancing. And I think to myself, how do these people sleep at night? They're on a radio station where millions of people are listening to them. If they know what's going on, how the fuck do they sleep at night? To be able to stand there and lie to people. See, I couldn't do that. I could not be on a radio and play music to people and then at the same time lie to them if I knew what was going on. I mean, do people, is it for the job? Is it for the notoriety or whatever the fucking word is? Why would people do that? These are the things that go through my head. I listen. I don't just listen to the music. If I want to get lost in music, I will play nothing but music. Majority of the time, I don't even listen to the fucking words. It's just the music that gets me. But I was thinking to myself, how? How do you fucking sleep at night if you know, even if you're partially awake and you know that something is not right, how the fuck do you go to work in the morning and play music for people and lie to them? That's no different to people on TV. The news. How do they go to work and lie to people and be okay with that? I would rather shovel shit. And then people say, oh no, I had nothing to do with that. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Well, you did. You made a conscious choice to get up every morning, to go to work, and to lie to people. You're far from being fucking pure. Far from it. The people that are in these workplaces and that see the documentation, that know what's going on, that they don't come forward and tell everybody else. And like I've said, fuck you when you're on your deathbed and you want to confess. You want to be a whistleblower and you want what? People to kiss your ass because now on your deathbed you decided that maybe, just maybe, to clean your conscience, you should tell people what's going on. Fuck you. It's no different to all the other things that we have out there, like the murder machine, the military. A lot of the people have woken up to the fact that they got used, chewed up, and spat out. And that's something that they've got to live with. But how many turn around and say to all these new youngsters, these clueless little fuckers, how many turn around and tell them, don't do it? Don't fucking do it. It ain't what you think. It ain't what you think. And so the cycle continues. They will go in. They'll be lucky if they make it home. They'll be lucky if they come back with their limbs. They'll be lucky if they don't come back head fucked. You know, nobody says anything. The cycle continues. Because we're good little useless eaters and we have to continue the cycle, you know, we have to keep on, just keep it going. You know, it's like we all have. If you know that you got used, chewed up, and spat out, why would you want to protect them? Why would you want to protect them? I don't get it. I'm awake and I'm aware and I'm on it and I've got it and yada yada yada. But at the same time, why the fuck would you want to protect them? Oh, I signed a piece of paper. Well, take that paper and wipe your fucking ass on it. Wipe your ass on it. Because you got used. You got lied to. But people don't. People say, oh no, I signed a piece of paper, can't talk. Of course you can. Of course you can. You have a mouth. You have a mouth. You can talk anytime you want. And we can stroke each other's nads and tell each other thank you, thank you, thank you. For what? For what? But it continues. Generation after generation after generation. Generation after generation. Technology, like I said, progressed. Humanity has not. Humanity has not. That's why I always say it's sad to watch. I don't want to be pessimistic. And at one point in my life, like I tried saying to myself, I tried telling myself, you've got to start thinking more positive. You've got to, think positive. And you try. Well, at least I did. But it don't work because everywhere you're looking, you see negative. You see shit going down that you want to stop, but you can't. And people say, go into politics, go into politics. You've got to get in there. You've got to get in there and then you can make a difference. Really? How's that worked out for anybody so far? How's that worked out for anybody so far? Because what happens? Human beings, you get into a position like that and then you get a head swell. Wow, look at where I am. Look at where I am. Head swell. And before you know it, you're eating and drinking with the ones above you because they need you. And then they're going to help you get to the next level. And you're going to be grateful for that because now, your salary got bumped up really big. And little by little, without you even fucking realizing it, you're going to forget where you came from. You're going to forget why the fuck you went into it in the first place. It's sad. It's sad to watch. It's sad to watch. And if you don't play by their rules, you won't get anywhere. So to a certain degree, you have to play by their rules to be able to get bumped up the ladder. And then it might get to a point where, I need you to help me out. Just sign once. Just sign once on a piece of paper so that, and if you need to be backed or whatever in Parliament or wherever, I'll do the same for you. And the minute you do that, they got you by the short and curlies. And then you've got to make the choice. Then you go, fuck. What did I just do? But you already did it. Do I just leave or do I continue up the ladder? Of course you will continue up the ladder. Because your salary gets bigger, the retirement package gets bigger. And you forget why the fuck you went there in the first place. Because you're forced to play the game. You're forced to play the game. Well, people, I think I've run out of shit to say. Sorry, did not look at chat. Hey, Gut, how you doing? Let me go grab that link that you dropped in there. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Tell me what sloth before I go. I'm going to send you a link on Gmail. Be sure to check it. Okay, will do. On that note, people, I'm going to love you and leave you all. Terribly sorry you may have been disappointed with today's live stream. But it is what it is. That's my view on things. As I always say to people, take what you want, leave the rest. Don't take anything. Either or. It don't matter. I will catch everybody on the upside, whenever that may be. And probably for the rest of the day, if anybody's interested. I might go over, if the speed continues, I might go over to D Live and just play some music. Get lost in music. So, yeah, like I says, I will catch you all on the flip side. For those that came by and popped in, thank you. For those that hung about, thank you. And I'll catch you all later. Tonight, tonight as in now. As in now, heading over there probably now. If you don't see me, then you know that my speed is not pushing enough to actually do a live stream on D Live. If you see me, then you know that I've got the speed to put it up. But give me at least a half an hour to an hour, because sometimes it takes a while for me to get the speed going on this bitch. So I will catch everybody later.